अद्य बृहस्पतिवासरः दिनाङ्कः षड्विंशतितमः दिनाङ्कः रघुवंशकाव्यं 12 सर्गः प्रथमतः मङ्गलाचरणं रामो राजमणिः सदा विजयते रामं रमेशं भजे रामेणाभिहता निशाचरचमू रामाय तस्मै नमः रामान्नास्ति परायणं परतरं रामस्य दासोऽस्म्यहम् रामे चित्तलयः सदा भूत मे भो राम मामुद्धर राम रामेति रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने श्रीराम नाम वरानन ओं नम इति। अथ श्री माहेश्वर सूत्राणि अ इ उन् ऋ ऋक् ए ओं ऐ औच हयवरट् लण् ङ मङ ण नं जबञ् घडदश् जब गडदश खप छठ थ चट थव कपै शसर हल इति माहेश्वर सूत्राणि. Okay, so we are starting with this 73rd shlokaha, 370 shlokaha, 370 73rd shlokaha. So let's, because last time we recall we looked at this shlokaha, because this continues with the prior shlokaha which had these bahuvrihi samasas. So this one is also the same continuation, because last shlokaha we looked at ranaha pravavrute. So we had looked at these so all these in this shloka, every single, I think there are 4 compounds here. Chatvaraha samasaha, bahuvrihi samasaha, ranasya visheshana bhutaha. So they are all adjectives to the word ranaha. Okay, let's read this shloka. Padapa viddha parighaha shila nishpishta mudgaraha atishastra nakhanyasaha shaila rugna matangajaha. Padapa viddha parighaha shila nishpishta mudgaraha atishastra nakhanyasaha shaila rugna matangajaha. There's no padacheda in the shloka. I mean, these are all compounds. Chatvaraha samasaha. So padapa viddha parighaha is samastam padam. Shila nishpishta mudgaraha is the dvitiyaha samasaha. Then atishastra nakhanyasaha tritiyaha samasaha. And shaila rugna matangajaha is the 4th compound. Okay, there's no padacheda. Now, within the compound, in fact, let's just follow the commentary, I think, because he has explained very nicely each samasaha. First of all, he starts with kim vidho ranaha. What kind of battle was it? Kim vidha. That the kim vidha itself is a bahuvri compound. Ka vidha yasya saha. So this kim vidha, by the way, okay, gives us a chance to inaugurate Gita for today. So Bhagavad Gita, kimacharah kashanchaitam strin gunanati vartate. Kimacharah. So that kim vidaha is a compound like we have in Gita. Kim acharah. Arjuna asked the question, right? Kailinga strin gunani tanatita bhavati prabho. Kimacharah kashanchaitam strin gunanati vartate. Chapter 14 comes in Bhagavad Gita, says that here kimacharah. So kimachara is a compound. It is not pruthakpadam. So this, as we have mentioned many times in the class, the issue comes when we have a word, a term, which is declined and undeclined is the same form. So kim is the pratipadikam. Kim is also the prathamantam atva dvitiyantam napumsakalinge rupam. So it is also the nominative accusative singular in the neuter. So kim could be in the compound. Kim may not be in the compound, because our main indication when it terms in the compound is supluk by 2471 supo dhatu pradipadika yoho. So when the sup ending is not there, then we can surmise this is in the compound. But kim is the same form as the pratipadikam, and it also is the same form as the dvitiya ekavachanam and prathama ekavachanam napumsakalinge. But here from the context we will know. But if kim, try both options and see what you get. But if kim is a napumsakalinga pratipadika sarvanama shabda napumsakalinge, then tasya adhara kutra asti. Where is the support for that? Because there is nothing in the verse over here कैहि लिंगैहि त्रीन् गुणान् एतान् अतीतः भवति प्रभो किम् आचारः कतः कथं च एतान् त्रीन् गुणान् अतिवर्तते. So there's nothing in the Napumsakalingam over here. And then Acharah will be left hanging as a Prathama Ekvachanam, which will not make any sense here. So, Acharah is not the one that is crossing three gunas, it's the yogi or sadhakaha, bhaktaha, whatever you want to call it. So this is how we know Kimachara is a compound. So similarly here, so if you see a Kim, don't jump to the conclusion that this has to be, Napumsakalinge Prathama Atva Dvitya Ekvachanam. समासांतर्गतम अपि भवेत् समासांतर्गतम अपि भवेत् संभवेत्. So it could be inside the compound. So kim vidha ranaha, kim vidha is a very common compound. Of what kind? So technically it's a bahuvri compound. So ka vidha yasya saha. So kim vidha. So what kind of battle was it? Because kim rana is coming, as we mentioned anuvritti from the prior shloka. It says ranaha pravavrute. So all these are compound which are qualifying the ranaha. Now he has given the vigraha vakyam nicely of each compound. So before we go there, padapa avidha parighaha. These are the three terms. Padapaha is, we have seen this compound many times in the class already, in the Wednesday class, in the Thursday class. The good thing now is that we have seen so many of these things repeating themselves. So in fact, very honestly, when I prepare the notes for the class, a lot of time I just copy paste from a prior class. We've done this time many times. It's good to repeat. So here we have this compound. So padena pibati iti padapaha. Padena pibati iti padapaha. This was done in detail in the Wednesday class in great detail. Sutram is supistaha with the yoga vibhagaha. What is yoga vibhagaha? Yoga vibhaga is when you split a yoga is in this case sutram. So sutram vibhajyate. When you split a sutram, in order to allow for those account for those usages, shishta prayoganam samarthanartham, yoga vibhajyate. You split a sutram in order to account for some good usages which otherwise would not be accounted for. Because the supistaha sutram applies only for, as it stands, only for applies to dhatu stha. Of course, in dhatu pata shtha within the vrittau. So we could not find the word padapaha if we just use supistha as it is, because it's stha. So stha dhatoho. But we need to account for these words like padapaha. That's why you do yoga vibhagaha. So if you want to do some homework, you can go back and look at the recording for this sutram in the Wednesday class. So stupi iti yoga vibhajyate. And for us it's simple because the Bhashyakara or Vrittikara has already done the yoga vibhaga for us. So for us that is the pramanam. So we don't have to scratch our head too much. Just look at the Kashika, Mahabhashya, Vedanta Kaumudi, and they'll already do the yoga vibhaga for us. So Vyakhyanam Sharanam Asmakam. So Supi iti yoga vibhajyate, what that means is that Supi upapade adantat kaha syat. Not only shtadhatoho api adantat. So sarvasmad adantat. So after any adanta dhatu we can add the pratyaha ka. The ka is a pratyavadave. So kaha. This is not a joke. Kaha pratyaha. What's the pratyaha? That's not a joke like that. Kaha is the pratyaha. Atta pratyaya kaha. I'm sorry, I keep making that joke, I'm sorry. Anyway, so kaha is the pratyaya. Kaha is not a pronoun over here. So pratyaya is ka. So padena pibati iti padapaha. Again, this is just a copy paste from a prior class. So there's no need to spend too much time. So papane is a dhatu. So we take pada plus sta because padena. Because it says supi. Any sup is upapadam. Doesn't have to be a karmani. Because if you want to refresh yourself one more time very quickly, is that we have this adhikaraha of Tatropapadam saptamistham. Tatropapadam sap, because when Pani starts the dvitiya dhato adhikaraha. Dhato, very first sutram Tatropapadam saptamistham. And there, so saptamistham, anything which is in saptami in this section from 3.192 at end of chapter 3, if it's not a regular saptam, if it's a technical saptami, so to speak, then we think of upapadam. So here, and as I said to you, most of them come, a lot of them come in this section from 321 to 32100, upapada samasaha, and there is sutram, supistaha. So when any sup is upapadam, then dhatu shtha can take the pratyaya ka. By extension, any adanta dhatu can take pratyaya ka. So when we have padena pibati, so padena, that is so upada samasa. What's the test for upada samasa? Means uttara bhagasya swatantrem nasti. So it doesn't have the ability to stay on its own. So we cannot say pibati iti paha. Iti vaktum na shakyate. Tasmat karanad ayam upada samasa iti jnayate. So we know that the paha, we cannot say pibati iti paha. So that paha form depends on the upapadam being there. And that dependence is what is called as upapada samasaha. So upapade sati. So only when the upapadam is there, then only that pratyaya applies to that dhatu. So of course this is all repetition. So pada plus ta, and dhatu pa is there with the upasarga, with the pratyaya ka. And to start to form any samasa in this language, I hope you heard this many times now. Always start with the sutram or maybe a vartikam from 2-1 or 2-2. There's no other way to form a samasa in this language. Just as when you want to add any vibhakti in this language, you have to find a sutram or vartikam maybe in 2.3 of the Ashtadhyayi. Make it, and these are very small section. If you look at this, these are very small sections. Very small sections. 2.1 is what? 2.1 is only about 70 some rules, and 2.2 is even shorter. 2.2 is only like 30 odd rules. So within a compass of 100 rules or so, 100 odd rules, you have the entire samasa vidhanam. So that's the greatness of Panini. Is people talk about samasas, but there are only 100 rules over here. It's not that many. So if you keep like one piece of paper in front of you, you should try to, of course, you have to practice these. So always make it a habit. When you say samasa in this language, it has to be authorized by a sutram in 2.1 or 2.2. And sutram here is upapadam ating. So when we have a qualified upapadam, we can form a compound, but it has to be ating. It cannot be tingantam. This is special, it's a vishesha tatpurusha samasaha, because don't forget the tatpurusha adhikara goes from 2.1, 2.2, 2.2, 2.2, from 2.1, 2.2 up to 2.2, 2.2. So this is 2.2, 19. So it is a subset of tatpurusha samasaha. And then we said tatrapadam saptami stham, then yoga vibhagaha, and we have kartari krit. Any krit pratyaya as a default is kartari. So padena pibati iti padapaha. And then of course we get the prathama nidishtam samas upasujanam purvam. Prathama nidishtam samas upapadam, because upapadam I think in the samas vidhayaka sutram, which is prathama nidishtam, which is the prathama vibhakti in the samas vidhayaka sutram, which right now is upapadam. Upapadam is prathama nidishtam. Again, I'm not going in all the details here, but so this gets, so the pada gets the purnipataha. Then of course usual steps, the lashyak vatadhite, and then because it's a kit pratyaya, it's ajadi pratyaya, it has sanya of ardhatukam sheshaha. So we get ato lopa iticha, and then of course we get this samudaya gets the padas pradipadika sanya prakritit samasascha, and then supo dhatu pradipadika yoho padapaha. So padena pibati iti padapaha. So here let's come back to shlokaha now. This we have this so padapa avidya parighaha. Avidya. Vidya means to pierce means in this case kind of shot, shot. So padapa avidya parighaha, so crushed, pierced or crushed or struck down is vidya. So vyad dhatu is vyad. It is only taking some prasaranam here, so we can do that form also, nothing special. So start with dhatu vyad, just pratyakta, the usual sutram nishtha. Ruma is adhikaraha, kalanukramena, as I said to you, because bhute starts from 3 to 84, then vartamane starts from 3 to 123, vartamane lat, and bhavishyati from 333. As mentioned in this class, in this class, you're going to hear adhikaras many, because that is the key to Vyakaranam. Is not, anyway. So please remember adhikaras, they're very, very useful. So here is sutram in the bhute adhikara 3 to 102. So this adhikara starts from 3 to 84 bhute. It goes up to vartamane lat, which is 3 to 123. So, and then taktavatu nishtha. So this is what is called as a past passive participle, which you have said is very not a good name to remember, because many times it's neither past nor passive. But in this case it is passive here. So we get the pratyakta, and then anubandhalope lashyak vatadhite. Now what we learned in last Saturday class is 7 to 10. The moment you have pratyaya which is valadi, is sanya of ardhadhatukam. Always think of ardhadhatukasyed valadehe. Ardhadhatukasyed valadehe. Ardhadhatukasyed valadehe. And then once you think of 7 to 35, do not leave it until you check 7 to 10. That is the first step you have to do. Once you get to 7 to 35, always first check 7 to 10. That 7 to 10 blocks 7 to 35. That's the job of 7 to 10. So don't leave 7 to 35 unless you visit 7 to 10 and get the clearance from 7 to 10. What is 7 to 10? You spent the entire Saturday on this sutram, almost half the Saturday class. So if you want to listen to the recording, you can do that. But 7 to 10 basically says that ekacha upadesha anudatta. This is in nishedha vidhayaka sutram. So in nishedha sutram. So it says ekacha upadesha anudatta. If a dhatu, in the dhatu pata, means upadeshe, dhatu pata ityartha. Upadesha means any technical term in the instruction. Means not in the usage in the language, but in the grammatical instruction. In this case, dhatu part. We're talking about dhatu. If a dhatu in the dhatu part is ekach, means has a single vowel, and that single vowel has a anudatta swaraha, then that dhatu will not allow an idagamaha. And then we went through in Saturday class in great detail among the dhatus ending in a consonant. There are 103 dhatus listed in these karikas, which are anudattupadeshaha. So they are, and in the dhanteshu, krudha, kshudha, buddhya, bandha, yudha, rudha, radha, vyadha. I was joking in Saturday class when I was like 5-6 years old. My father used to make us memorize these things. Anyway, so these are very fundamental to Vyakaranam. Is these 103 dhatus. They don't allow an ida agamaha. Of course, that time we had no idea what he's talking about, but that is different. But so he says krudha, kshudha, buddhya, bandha, yudha, rudha, radha, vyadha. So vyadha is in that list. So no ida agamaha. So in nishedha, once you have that, then we just do the usual sandhikaram and the samprasaranam because of the grahijya ityadi in the list of 6.1.16. Because this pratyaya is a kit pratyayaha. So you're going to get samprasaranam. Because grahijya ityadinam niticha. So this samprasaranam means immediately think of these two rules, 6.1.15, 16. 6.1.15 is kiti and 6.1.16 is gniticha. So gniti, kiticha. So grahijya vai vyadhi is in that list. So samprasaranam. Now remember, samprasaranam means igena samprasaranam. 1145, igena samprasaranam. Now all this you have heard all these a few times, so we can go a little bit faster in the class. So igena samprasaranam means the reverse of yan sandhi. So when a yan takes the ik adesha, it's called samprasaranam. Now here we have two of them, which is the vakara and yakaraha. So bhayoho sampradanam samprasaranam sambhavati, parantu na sampradane. This is the nyapakaha. Nyapakaha is na samprasarane samprasaranam. Okay, let me talk to Anuji. Yes, Anuji.
Satishji,
yes.
Is it nin nisheda? Nin?
Oh, this one. Oh, yes, thank you. Yes, please pay attention to the board. Thank you. Good to have you in the class. Thank you. So, in nisheda. I was thinking of the nisheda and I put in nisheda. Yes, thank you. So you cannot catch your own mistakes. I have to ask somebody. No, it's in nisheda. In idagamaha. So in nisheda. Yes, sorry. Thank you. In nisheda. Yes, if you see something wrong on the board, please correct me because, as I said, I must have looked at that 5 times. I couldn't catch the mistake because, it's in nisheda. It nisheda. In nisheda. So not in nisheda. Thank you. In nisheda. Okay. So now samprasaranam says that when a samprasaranam follows, then the prior letter will not take samprasaranam. That means that the one closest to the affix will take samprasaranam first, and then the prior yan will not take samprasaranam. Otherwise, the rule, if you do samprasaranam with the vakara first, then yakara later, then the rule na samprasaranam will have no value. In order to apply na samprasaranam, it follows that the later yan, the one closer to the affix, should take samprasaranam first. Then only you can apply 6.137. Otherwise, 6.137 sutram vyartham syat. It will have no application. So the nyapakam from 6.137 is that we first do samprasaranam to the yan which is closest to the affix, and then the prior yan will not take samprasaranam. So here the yakara takes samprasaranam, and igena samprasaranam, the yakara becomes ikaraha, the akara is still there, and then we do samprasaranach. After amipurvaha comes samprasaranach. Purva paryoha ekadesha is purva rupam. And then we get with, then we do sandhikaryam with by jashastathor dhodha. We get the dakara desha, then jalam jashashi, dakara jasha desha, dakar with. So with them, vyadha means to torment, to hurt. So hurt or struck down, injured, pierced is meaning. So I think this samasa we can do. And avidha. Avidha means like, asamanta, like all around, crushed. So hurt all around, you can say. So I think we can do samasa on our own. Cannot. So parigha is like a club. Is loha baddha kashtani. Loha baddha kashtani parighaha. So these are iron-clad clubs, iron-coated or iron-studded clubs. So it was a battle in which these parighaha, loha baddha kashtani, they were crushed by these trees. So it was a battle in which these clubs were being crushed by these trees. So it says, padapaihi vrukshaihi. Padapaihi vrukshaihi. As I said, to these commentaries are the big treasure of Sanskritam that we have, of our Shastram. But unfortunately, nobody reads them today, and they're really in a very bad state because there is nobody to read this, nobody to appreciate them. So one thing you want to keep in your house is these commentaries. They're very beautiful written, enormous amount of effort has gone in them, both by the commentator and the editors, and the publishers also in some cases. So, and they're so nice, and they are, they give you the right way to speak Sanskritam, to compose in Sanskritam. So please read them. You don't have to be afraid of them. You don't have to be afraid saying, oh, such a big book in Sanskritam, what will I do with it? Just take the small section that you are interested in. So padapaihi equals vrukshaihi. Very straightforward. Very, very straightforward. Padapaihi equals vrukshaihi. In fact, that is one giant step for you to take, is to not be afraid of reading the tika. Not be afraid, to be able to understand the style of the tika, which is of course the purpose of this class, is to understand the style of the tika and to take up what the tikakara is. It's like a teacher sitting in front of you. It's like Mulliyasa sitting in front of us right now. He's teaching us right now. He's telling us, padapaihi equals vrukshaihi. Very straightforward. Padapaihi equals vrukshaihi. Then aviddaha bhagnaha. Bhagnaha. So bhagnaha means to crush. So bhagna. So aviddaha bhagnaha. And parighaha lo baddha kashtani yasmin saha tathoktaha. So it was this kind of a battle. So it is describing the battle. What kind of battle it was? It was Yasmin. When you see the Yak Prajapati come in the Samasa, you can quickly understand this is a Bahuvri Samasaha. So simple Samasa is Padapaihi Aviddaha Parighaha Yasmin. Remember one more rule that we have learned. If we have a Tatpurusha Samasaha, which is entering into a bigger Samasaha, then you can forget about the Purapadam. We talked about this many times in the class. So if you're in this long samasa, chances are, and remember one more thing is that karmadharya is subset of tatpurusha. So when you have long samasas and tatpurusha is in there, you can collapse those. So collapse those immediately. So which one do we have over here? Padapaihi aviddhaha. Chitya samasaha. So then we can forget about the padapaihi, and we can just with simple samasas avidya parighaha. Avidya parighaha. So this is now a Dvipada Samasaha. So you see, now you can collapse it down. So try to you can use this. You see, because Bahuvri Samasas and Dvandvas are Aneka Manya Padarthe. So many terms can be compounded together. But if you have a Tatpurusha, Dvandva, or Avyabhava, etc. So try to collapse these compounds into the main compound. And here the main compound is Avidya Parighaha. So aviddaha parighaha yasmin saha. It's very straightforward. And one more thing in the Bahuvri compound, many of them have the nishthantam padam as the pura padam. As you mentioned in this we have done in the Wednesday class in great detail, the sutram nishtha, which we just used to form avidya, also comes in the same sutram nishtha. Also comes again in the Purnipata for Bahuvrihis. So we have the Sutram Nishtha again coming over here. So Nishthantam Padam as the Purapadam Bahuvri is a very classic Bahuvrihi. It's a classic Bahuvrihi. Of course in Gita, Chitta Pradnyasya Ka Bhasha, Samadhistasya Keshava, and so on, Vigata Spruhaha. There's so many of them in Gita, so many of them. Nishtantam Padam as the Pura Padam. This doesn't have to be Bahuvri, it could be Karmadhari also, but many Bahuvris end with. So if you look at the Nishtantam as the Pura Padam, and then we can start checking also maybe Bahuvri compound. So simple compound is Avidya Parigha, Avidya Pariga Yasmin Saha. And then Padapai is stacking on to the Avidya. So this is how you analyze the compound. So without getting afraid of a long compound, just start, chopping it down and see if you can get the basic compound. Just like in the Shlokaha, we get the basic sentence by getting the Kriyapadam. Same thing here. If can you pick out just two terms from the compound and get the basic compound, and then try to attack on the other small things. Let's try the next one. Shila Nishpishta Mudgara. Exactly the same usage. It's almost the same thing of that. So Shilabhi Nishpishtaha Mudgaraha Yasmin Saha. It's almost this identical thing. So Shilabhi. But before that, Malinata Kosha Amar Koshaha Parigaha Parighatanaha Ityamaraha. So Parighaha, so this is Parighatanaha. So Parighatyate Anaihi. Anainati Parighatanaha. This pratyaya lut has been used in Parighatanaha. In Parigha, actually Panini has a special sutram. Whenever Panini gives a special sutram, pay attention to that. Why is Panini giving a special sutram? For derived, just in yesterday's class, we're talking about in yesterday's class, weren't we? We were talking in yesterday's class how Panini has many rules in Ashtadhyayi. To derive just one single word. Derive one single word. In fact, in the class yesterday, I think we saw one or two of them. We saw the word Keshavaha in the class yesterday. The word Keshavaha. Keshadvonyatarasyam. We saw in the class yesterday. We also saw the word Vagmi in the class. We had Vacho Gminihi. So this we also the word Vagmi we saw. Vagmin Pratipadikam. And then we also saw Keshadvonyatarasyam. To find the word Keshavaha. Is coming adhikara of Matup. So Keshadvonyatarasyam, 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 Keshad. It must be in this adhikara. Keshadvonyatarasyam, Keshadvonyatarasyam. Here it is, 109. Keshadvonyatarasyam. So similarly here, this is not a Matu Pratyaya. I'm saying is that here another sutram where Panini forms a single word. A single word, he has one sutram. And you'll be surprised, in Ashtadhyayi, there are many such sutras, a single word the single sutram which is applicable only in one form. So your sutram here is 3-84. Interesting sutram. It says that, this is 3-3-84, not 3-2-84. It's 3-3. Because this is the adhikara which we have seen in the Wednesday class from Bhave and Akriti Chakarike Sanyayam, where Panini forms neuter nouns. When you want to form noun from a verb, the section from a verbal root, in the Ashtadhyayi, that section is in 3.3. And here, first thing, Panini forms masculine nouns starting from here, from Bhave here, and they go up to the adhikara of Striyam. Striyam Ktin, which is 3-3-94. And 3-3-84 special sutram, Paraughaha. And the sutram says that, see, as you understand even simple rules, it gives you more confidence. It gives you more and more confidence. You have more and more, friends in the Ashtadhyayi. You have more and more friends in the Ashtadhyayi. You have more places that you know. I know this sutram here. Yeah, just like going to a new country or a new city. I know this person who lives on this street, so I'm not totally lost over here. I have a friend over here, a friend over here, friend over here. Same thing, the Ashtadhyayi like a new country for you. So you have all these places where you have some friends. So here the sutram is, so any new sutram, you can, even if it's very simple, understand it. So that if you come to that region again, you can call your friend and at least stay with him for some time. Because at least you know what section you are in. So parau hante rap syat karane gha shabdaschadesha. So in parau, look at the saptami. That's the same thing. Tatra padam saptami stham. So when pari is upapadam, hante he apsyat. Dhatu hante is pratyaya up. And tasanniyogena gha shabdaschadesha. When that happens, han takes the adesha gha. Gha means ghakara akaraha. So that is the anekal adeshah. So anekal is sarvasya. So entire han goes and becomes gha. The pratyaya up is added. You can do ato lopaha ardhadhatuke. The pratyaya up is sanya of ardhadhatukam. So you can say that adantasya angasya lopo bhavati ardhadhatuke. So the look at sutram ardhadhatuke. So anyway, the final form becomes parigha ato lopaha. So if so parigha plus parihan plus up and parigha plus up, of course halantyam, and then adolopaha, and then parigha. So parihanyate anena iti parigha. It's karanarthe. When it has an instrument, so that by which you kill, that by which you strike. So that is will. So if pari is upasarga and han is used in this karanarthe, so then that by which you strike, in that case, the meaning is karanarthe, then the pratyap can come and you get the gha adeshaha. So paraukha is a sutram which you get the word parikha. So he quotes Amar Kosha over here, parikha tanaityamaraha. Okay, same thing, next compound, same thing. Shilabhi, instead of padapaihi, you get shilabhi. So yes, we can collapse the compound, shila nishpishta, titya tatpurushaha, shilabhi nishpishta, shila nishpishta. Same. Shila nishpishtaha, churnitaha. So this dhatu is in English, paste, to make a paste. Pishta is paste in English. So nishpishtaha. So this dhatu, pishlr, I think is dhatu. Here it is just a very straightforward form. In fact, we can do a couple of things away very quickly. So dhatu is pishlr, if I remember correctly. It might be sanchurnane. Let's see where it is. Pishlr, here it should be pishlr sanchurnane. See how the meaning Malinatha gives? He gives churnitaha. Why does he do that? In the dhatu part, pishlr is sanchurnane, to crush, churnane, sanchurnane, to completely crush. So in English, paste. So pishta, pishlr. And now that we know our friend 7 to 10, ekacha upadesha nudata. So in the murdhanya shanteshu, krisha, tvisha, tusha, dvisha, dusha, pusha, pisha. So pish is also a dhatu. Doesn't allow any ragamaha. So then we get simple form pishta. I mean, there's nothing special. Just add the nishta pratyakta and shtunashtuhu, get pishta. So shilabhi. But you can check all these things. Shilabhi nishpishtaha churnitaha mudgaraha ayoghanaha. These iron clubs. Ayoghanaha yasmin tatoktaha. So drughano mudgara ghanau ityamaraha. So drughanaha, mudgaraha, and ghanaha. I think ghana is probably which is I think also from dhatu han, which is this something which is dense, packed. It's a club. So high density. I guess high density weapon. It means a club. So this is ayas is ayash chame, right? If you chant chamakam, ayas is iron. In fact, even the word iron in English might have come from ayas. So ayas is so we have Amar Kosha Dru Ghano Mudgara Ghanao. So it says Ayo Ghanaha Yasmin. So it was a battle in which these iron clubs were being crushed by the stones. So Vanarehi Ityartaha. So these monkeys were doing this havoc, playing havoc. And then Atishastra Nakhanyasaha. Now Atishastra, this is a Pradisamasaha. When we had this Kugati Pradayaha. So in Kugati Pradayaha, we saw this number of Vartikani. And one of them is, look at Atishastra, Shastrani Atikrantaha. This is the thing I was telling you always about Samasa. When you read the commentary, he will not tell you this is a Pradi Samasaha. What we have to recognize is that is the formula which is given there. And the formula here is that is Atikrantaha. Now what he expects us to know is this Vartikam, which is this Vartikam says here Atyadyaha Kranta Dhyarthe Dvitiyaya. These the pradis, ati, etc. can be used with a dvitiyantam, dvitiyaya, kranta dhyarthe. So shastrani is the dvitiyantam, dvitiya bhuvachanam. Atikrantaha iti pradisama. So those which have gone beyond the weapons, means exceeding weapons, or worse than the weapons, in this case, So this is atikrantaha. So shastrani atikrantaha is the pradisamasa. Again, this I just copied from Wednesday class. If you want to practice this, sutram is 2-18. Kugati pradayaha. But that pradayaha, but these vartikakaraha specifies which pradis can be used in which meanings, to form these pradisamasa. In the vartikam there is atyadayaha, krantadhyarthe dvitiyaya, atyadayaha krantadhyarthe dvitiyaya. So now how do we all pick up this? You look at the commentary and he says that atikrantaha. That was the key word over here. Atikranta is the key word over here. To pick up that key word, you have to understand that you have to know that there is this vartikam. That's why we learn this Vyakaranam to know what is the commentary trying to tell us here. This atikrantaha is from the vartikam. Atyadayaha krantadhyarthe dvitiyaya. So it means that shastrani atikrantaha. I mean, you have the Vigrahavakyam also you have. So you can also guess this is a pradisamasaha. Because pradisamasa means that these pradis, there is some participle in here, which is missing in here. Because this dhatu kram is there, kram becomes kranta, and that is missing in this one, atikrantaha. So nakhanyasaha yasmin saha. Nakhanyasa means like depositing, placing of the, so it is kshata. So nakhakshatani you can say. So these are, these scratches, these nail scratches, or these, deposit. I think nyasa is to put down, to place, or to, so this placement of nails means, I think nail scratches in English, they were even more horrific than the weapons. And those are weapons. So atishastraha nakhanyasaha yasmin tathoktaha. And the last one is also same thing, shailaihi. These all are very, look at how he has used a similar kind of usage everywhere. Is that this similar one, shaila is we saw it from the word shila. So shila is a stone, I think shaila is a mountain. It's a collection of stones. It's tadita from shila. So shaila rugna matangajaha. So shailaihi rugnaha, same thing. Titya samasaha. Bhagnaha means crushed again. The rugna can also mean like sick or injured. But it means like crushed basically. Bhagnaha, broken. Matangajaha, yasminsahas. All your yasminsaha. They're all Bhuvri compounds. Now, Vyakaranam, one more Vyakaranam here is that nakhanam nyasa, nakhanyasa, straightforward. See, I said to you, if you shashti tattva samasaha, most of the time, Vigrahavakyam will not be given to you. The straightforward samasa is very nothing, is straightforward. And the dhatu, this rugnaha is rujo bhange. So in fact, you can look at the same thing here again, because the meaning that he gave for rugna is bhagnaha. So that's from dhatu patha again. See how nicely he gives it all the time? Is that from the dhatu patha, the meaning of dhatu, rujo is bhange. So he gave rugnaha bhagnaha. So he's telling you that's a dhatu. That is the dhatu in dhatu patha that I'm referring to. Is also, so see, anytime the commentator gives, he will always have good support behind him. Just like a lawyer, So when you quote something, you make sure you have good foundation behind you. It's either Amar Kosha is there, or Vartikam is there, or Sutram is there, or Dhatu Patha is there, or Vyakhyanam is there, or Mahabhashyam is there, Siddhantakam, something is there. So you stand behind. This is also a good thing in Vyakaranam, like other things in life. Make sure that you have good authority behind you. Good authority behind you. So here because somebody can question you, that why do you say this? You can say Dhatu Patha has this, or the Vartikam says that, and so on and so forth, or the Sutram says that. So here he quoted this thing. He commented Rugna Bhagnaha. So this is not there's no dot here. It's Bhagnaha. So there is because Dhatu Patha says Rujo Bhange. And the same thing if I add the pratyakta by nishtha and then taktavatu nishtha, and the same typo I have here, it is in nishedha. Thanks, John. Yes, if you see anything wrong on the board, please correct me. Try, so we don't have to burden the students with that. As I say, it's the usual disclaimer in the class. Anything I say in the class is only vichara moolam. It is not the Siddhanta. So you have to check yourself from the, in fact, anything in Vyakaranam. That's the beauty of Vyakaranam. It is Buddhi Vilasaha. It's a play of intelligence. So you have to check, and you have to always question, and you have to inquire. And, so don't take anything as the final word. You have to check yourself. So in Nishedha by 7 to 10, again, go to the same list again. This time, Janteshu. What do we have? Janteshu, Janteshu, Janteshu. Tyaja, Nijir, Bhaja, Bhanja. Here it is. Bhanja, Bhuja, Bhrashja. So Bhanja is here. And also Mashja, Yaja, Yuja, Ruja. Ruja is there. Ranja. So Ruja. So Ruja is this one over here. Rujo Bhange. So this is in Nishedha, Nuvidagamaha. And then we do Sandhikaryam, Chohokuhu. And then Oditascha. Oditascha. Dhatu which is Odit. This section, Radhabhyam Nishthato Naha Purvasya Chadaha. So 8 to 42. Radhabhyam Nishthato Naha Purvasya Chadaha. So therefore this Nishtha Takara becomes Nakara Desha. Radhabhyam Nishthato Naha Purvasya Chadaha. Becomes Nakara Desha. And then goes Oditascha. So we get Nishtha Takara becomes Nakaraha. And that's the function of this O as an it. So this is a Panini tags all these dhatus to undertake certain operations. So Odit means Nishthato Naha, Nishtha Takarasya Nakaraha. And then of course the Atkupma Num Yavaya P 842 Rugnaha. And then Matangajaha. Matangad Rishehe Jataha Matangajaha. So Matanga was a rishi from whom these elephants are supposed to have taken their original from his line. So Matanga Drishehe Jataha Matangajaha. So but this again is just a copy paste from one of the class. It's also Upapada Samasaha like Atmajaha, so on. So Atmanaha Jataha Atmajaha. And look at this Jataha, not Jayate but Jataha. Because look at this number. Panchamyama Jatao. Sutram is Saptamyam Janerdaha, like Pankajaha. Panke Jataha Pankajaha. And then Panchamyama Jatau. So this look at this number 3298. As I said to you, many Upapada Samasas, the Upapadas are given from 321 to 32101. This is towards the end of that. Sutami Janer Daha. Saptamyam Janer Daha, Panchamyama Jatau. If you've done in great detail already, we have done this many times in the Wednesday class. So here we have Panchamyama Jatau. So Panchamyante Upapade, which we have Matangad Rishehe Panchamyantam Upapade Jati Varjite. This is not Jati Vachaka Shabdaha. Janer Daha Pratyaya Syat, because we cannot say Jata iti Jaha. So this is so this at least not by using this sutram we cannot say. So then we can say Matanga plus Nyasi Panchamyantam, and then Jan plus Da. Always Upapadam, I think Tatrupadam Saptamistham, and then Panchamyam Janer Daha. And then so because this Jan we cannot say Jayate iti Jaha. So sorry, Jataha, because this is the Bhute Adhikara. Remember we just talked about it. Bhute starts from 3 to 84. In fact, it's a mistake I used to make myself. We should not say Matangrishe Jayate. He's already born. It's not being born now again. Because we say Pankajaha means lotus is already born. So Kamala Jaha Brahma. So Chaturmukha Brahma. So that is, it's because that's in the Bhute Adhikara. So the Vigraha Vakyam is Matanga Drishir Jataha, Natu Jayate iti. Because Bhute Adhikara Idam Sutram, Bhute Ityadhikare Vartate, Tasmat Jataha. And then of course we use the usual steps. We do Chutu, Rubanda Lopaha, and then we do T Lopaha with the Vyakhyanam, because 64143 in the Bhasya Adhikara. But the only prayojanam for the dit, dakas and it, is to do T Lopaha. Ditva Samarthyadabhasyapi Ter Lopaha. Ditva Samarthyadabhasyapi Ter Lopaha. So Matangajaha. Matangajaha is 1246 and 2471 Matangajaha. So we make the T Lopaha, make it the Anbhaga takes Lopaha, and then we go Supluk, make Matangajaha. Okay, ready Ven for us? Ven is back for us today. Let's see if he's still awake. Ven, you there? We can do the translation if you are there. Otherwise, we can.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're awake. Good. Okay, let us see what we have here. It it was a battle in which, so this is all this Yasmin Saha, Yasmin Saha, Yasmin Saha. All of these are Yasmin Saha. Okay. Clubs studded with iron were broken down by the trees. So Padapa with the Parigaha, correct? So the clubs studded with iron is Parigaha.
Right.
It says Loha Baddha Kashtani. See, Loha Baddha Kashtani. So were broken down is.
Now, actually, for the meaning for Parigaha, it said, oh, I see.
Yeah, Loha Baddha Kashtani. Here it is.
But the ha only was replacing han, right? So
han, yeah, but in this Rudi Shabda, in the language been used for those kind of things.
Oh, okay.
Correct. I mean, as far as Panini says there's no iron and anything like that, no.
Yeah, literally it means the instrument with which you kill people.
With which you hurt or strike, yeah. Instrument for striking. Yeah, it doesn't, the sutram doesn't say, Loha Baddha Kashtani.
Right.
But in the language it's been used like that. Correct.
Yes.
Broken down is avidha equals bhagnaha. This is also one thing you learn from the good. It's a good translation because it uses the tika karaha and then translates. This is the word Gita Press does. All the good translation they always do that. In fact, what happened to me is that in the beginning, look at all these translations and they all have these nice meanings. And you're wondering, hey,
where do you get
these from? And they all have the same nice meanings. I'm saying maybe I'm missing something here, because I'm not getting these meanings from somewhere. Where these guys getting it from?
Yeah.
And then of course you have the tika, so they all get the same meanings on the tika. So it's very important to keep the tika by your side. Because you might be wondering,
also, the loha only means metal, right? Not necessarily iron.
I think loha means iron. I think
Ayas is iron.
Ayas is also iron. Ayas is also
okay.
iron. I think loha is also, mainly mean iron only. I don't think loha means copper or anything. Loha means iron. Loha, let's see what loha says. This is copper too. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, copper, iron, steel, any metal.
Right. Metal.
Yeah,
so loha generally is a very generic metal.
It's generic. You're right. Well, ayas is iron.
Yeah, right.
Ayas, I'm pretty sure ayas is iron, while loha is metal. You're right. But in this case, it does mean.
So these are all just usage. It gets stretched.
Yeah, it gets. But you're right. So loha is generic, while ayas is iron. More iron. Correct. You're right. So, okay. So it could be any metal, but I think he's used iron.
Yeah.
More commonly iron, though, I think. Broken down. So avidya, and by the trees. This is.
Padapaihi
vrikshaihi. Then hammers. What this is?
Hammers is Muddaraha.
Mudga, iron clubs basically.
Muddaraha is
Ayoghanaha, iron hammers. Mallets were crushed. Nishpishta. Two pieces, that's understood. Means of stones is shilabhi. Then the wounds inflicted by nails. Nakhanyasaha is deposits of nails, means the nail scratches, were deeper than those inflicted by weapons.
Deeper is stretch.
I think this atikrant, shastrani atikrantaha, were beyond those of weapons.
Right.
So that is I think he has translated what it means in this context.
Yeah, these are all just stretch. Really Nakhanyasaha were more than Shastra.
That's the real meaning. Correct. That's the meaning. Of course,
it means deeper.
Yeah, so you can say, I think though they are more extreme than the weapons. Those are.
Right.
And the war elephants,
Matangajaha,
were destroyed is
Rugnaha
gives bhagnaha. By means of rocks is Shaila. Really what means should be like mountain, group bunches of rocks. Shaila is like, samuha. It's not just because anyway. But that's, okay. So thank you. And then one last thing in the word nishpishta. Nishpishta, you have this Shakara Desha by this Sutram 8341. Idudupadasya cha pratyasya. So Idudupadasya cha pratyasya, you get the Murdhanya Shakara Desha. So you can mute yourself when.
Yeah.
Okay. So now what we have is that in this Sutram 8341, Idudupadasya cha pratyasya, which we have already done. So let's look at the Vyakhyanam quickly, because why not become nirpishta, become nishpishtaha. Nishpishtaha. So 8341, nishpishtaha is coming over here. It says that Idudupadasya cha pratyasya. So ikar upadasya, ukar upadasya cha apratyasya visajaniyasya, because his nis or nir is an avyayam. It's in the paradi ganaha. So you can do sasajisho ruhu and then karavasanayor visarjaniyaha. Normally you should have had, you should have had the kupvoha kafpaucha. Kupvoha kafpaucha. But when we have this nir, dur, bahir, avis, chatur and pradus, these 6 terms, and then when they're followed by the kar letter of the kavarga or the povarga, because kar, because you can only get the visarga because you had a kar following. Karavasana or visarjaniyaha. So then they get the murdhanya shaka. The visarga gets the murdhanya shakara desha. The sutram says that if you have visarga which is preceded by ikara or ukaraha, and the visarga is not from pratyaha, and followed by kavarga or pavarga, which means ka pa pa only, because you got the visarga only on the basis of the kar being there, then the visarga takes the murdhanya shakara desha. In the language, there are only these 6 terms: nir, dur, bahir, avis, chatur, pradus, which the sutram can apply. So when you say harihi karoti, it doesn't become harish karoti, because the fact that that is coming from the pratyaya su. We say guru pashyati, it doesn't become gurush pashyati, because that also is coming from the pratyaya su. So that's why these are only 6 terms which become subject to this rule. So that's nishpishta. Okay, let's take the next sutram. This also next sutram is kind of straightforward. There's nothing really very complicated in here. There's one long samasa here. Otherwise, it is straightforward. Atha Rama Shirashcheda Darshanodbhranta Chetanam Sita Mayeti Shamsanti Trijata Samajivayata. Atha Rama Shirashcheda Darshanodbhranta Chetanam Sita Mayeti Shamsanti Trijata Samajivayata. So Padacheda is Atha Rama Shirashcheda Darshanodbhranta Chetanam. Is a Bahuvri compound, Samastam Padam. It's qualifying Sitam. Sitam. Within the compound we have Rama Shiras Cheda Darshana Udbhranta. Of course, Ad Gunaha between Darshana and Udbhranta. Darshanodbhranta Ad Gunaha Sandhi. Udbhranta and then Chetana. We'll come to that compound in a second. Then Sitam Maya Iti. Maya Iti. Maya Iti. Again you have Ad Gunaha. Maya plus Iti. Mayeti. So Shamsanti Trijata Samajivayata. Samajivayata. So don't I hope you can pick up the ad agama, which is very critical here. Is this Sam Ajivayata? Once you get the ad agama, ad agama, Sam Ajivayata. So this you can look at the ending by itascha, and this. So let's attack the tingantam padam, which is our strategy for attacking the sentence. That is the heart of the sentence. So vakyas hridaya bhutam tingantam padam yato hi ekatim vakyam. So samajivayata, samajivayata. So sam is the upasarga, of course. Ajivayata. You can see it's a lang lakaraha. You have seen this form many times before. If you look at the document for a second here, only thing is here you see the aya coming over here. This aya, which is spoken of in the class a few times. When the nich comes there and followed by the pratyaya shap, nich takes gunadeshaha, then echo yavayavaha pratyaya. Like in the Gita I said, buddhim mohayasi vame. So mohayasi, this aya. So that is, if you see an aya in a tingantam padam, then check if you may have a nich followed by shap. Nijanta followed by shap, Nijanta dhatu followed by shap, and then the ikara of nich takes gunadesha, becomes a, and then echo yavaha becomes aya. So this is one thing you should always check for. So this is nothing special. So we have the word dhatu jiva pranadharane, means to live, to stay alive. So jiva pranadharane, then jiva plus nicha by hetumaticha. So hetumati, what is hetu? You have already seen this, is tat prayojako hetushcha. Tat prayojako hetushcha, which means that one who makes somebody, one who propels somebody, one who instigates somebody to do something. That is the hetu. So hetu is a technical term in Vyakaranam. So it means that tat prayojako hetushcha. So we have this sutram in this 1.4 in the adhikara of Karake. The Karake adhikara, which starts from 1.4.23, Pani defines swatantra karta, tat prayojako hetushcha. So one who propels the karta is the hetu. He's also a karta. So you have two kartas, with ani karta and then the hetu. So here we have Sita as the ani karta. So Sita, so we say Jivati, right? So Sita Jivati, and then Trijata Sitam Jivayati. She makes her live. So it says Ajivat. We say Sita Ajivat. Then Trijata Sitam Ajivayat. Now remember this thing again. We cannot spend too much time in the class right now, but we have had this issue in the prior classes. We say, what happens to the anikarta? What happens to the anikarta? When, excuse me for 1 second, okay? Just 1 second break. Be back. I'm sorry, I'm back. So now what happens to anikarta when the hetu comes? That's the issue. So we say Sita ajivat, then Trijata Sitam ajivayat. Now what is the so Sita took Dvitiya Vibhakti here. So normally what happens is that let's look at so ajivayat. This is telling us something about Trijata. Because ajivayata, samajivayata, this is depending on the Trijata. She is the Kartri. So ajivayata is taken a third person singular form because it is Trijata is the Kartri over here. It doesn't tell us anything about Sita. So Sita has become anabhita. What's called anabhita? Means she is no longer described by the verb. The verb is not connecting with Sita. And then when that happens, because this is why is it anabhita? Because Panini has this adhikar of anabhite. Anabhite 2.3. And here in 2.3, says anabhite. And then we have 2-3-18 which says that Katrikarana yos tritiya. So now Sita should take in tritiya vibhakti because she's anabhite now. She's still the Kartri. Remember, when you have causative usage, you have two kartas. So you can say dvav kartarau, two of them. One is which was ani avasthayam, which was Sita in this case. And then when the hetu comes, that's the second karta that you have. But the other karta is still there. So both have karta sanya. Because swatantra karta. The argument is that even when you propel somebody, he may not do something. He may not want to do it. So the hetu might be instigating somebody to do something. Still that ani karta has some swatantriyam in him or her. He still has a choice to act or not, even though being propelled by somebody else. So that is the reason why both of them had the karta sanya, the hetu and the ani karta. So now the hetu has become abhita because Trijata is the hetu. So she is the one who's propelling, who's making Sita survive. Who's making her, survive. So Trijata is connected with the dhatu. So she is abhita. So she defaults to prathama by the sutram 2-3-49, which is 46. I'm sorry. Pratipadika arthalinga. This is a long sutram. Basically, the sutram means that the one who is abhita, he defaults to prathama. So that becomes, so Sita becomes, Trijata is prathama because Trijata is the one which is abhita because she connects with the verb. But Sita, what about Sita now? No, Sita still has the katra sanya she has, and she is anabhita now. So normally you would have thought that by 2-3-18 becomes Sitaya, and that is true. But Panini has some special rules in which Panini says that in certain kind of dhatus, this anikarta gets the karma sanya. In fact, in English, it almost always does that, doesn't it? Like, somebody lives, I make him live. Somebody runs, I make him run. Somebody watches, I make somebody watch. So, you don't say I make watch by him. So, but here in this language, only for certain dhatus, certain kind of meanings, the anikarta gets the karma sanya. And that's in this, if you want to do some homework, it's 1-4-52-53. So gati buddhi pratyavasanartha shabda karma akarmakanam anikarta. So with dhatu in these meanings, gati means motion, buddhi understanding, pratyavasana means consuming, pratyavasanartha. So any dhatu in these three meanings, gati, buddhi, pratyavasana. And then shabda karma means teaching verbally, means instructing, verbal instruction, basically Vedic instruction. Akarmakanam. Now, what we have right now, Sita ajivata. So that is the aniyavastha. Always get the aniyavastha out of it first, if you can. So whenever you see a causative usage, you can know darshayamasa parthaya, right? So it says partha pashyati, or apashyat, dadarsha, then darshayamasa is a causative form. So now you say Trijata Sita majivayat. Then Sita ajivat is aniyavastha. Then Trijata Sita majivayat. Okay, Trijata we got prathama, we already talked about that. She became abhita because she connects with the verb. Now Sita is left anabhita and she has a karta sanya. She should become tritiya by 2-3-18. But 1-4-52 says if you have a karmaka dhatu, no, jivati is akarmaka dhatu. Jiva akarmaka dhatu, when somebody lives. So then what happens is that Sita, now she gets the karma sanya. Anuvritti of karma is coming from down here. Katru ipsitamam karma. Anuvritti of karma comes from there. So basically, Sita now gets the karma sanya because she is the anikartri, and then but of a akarmaka dhatu. So she gets the karma sanya, and then of course once you get the karma sanya, so for homework, if you want to do some homework, look at 1-4-50 through 1-4-53, okay, and then once you get karma sanya, then karmani dvitiya by 2-3 to karmani dvitiya. Okay, so that's how Sita took dvitiya vibhakti. So simple sentence is Trijata sam ajivayata. So Trijata made somebody live, means she made somebody survive. So revived. In English, revived Sita. Trijata revived her, samajivayata. And once this form samajivayata, there's nothing special about it. Take the dhatu jiva, And then add the nish pratyaya by hetumati. We just talked about that in the sense of hetu. It connects, So this is hetumati. So hetumati vyapare. This is a action in which there is the hetu is involved. So add the pratyaya nich, causative action. Then chutu halantyam, and then this ikara is a dirgha ikara, so there's no lagu sanya. Dirgam is lagu all the time. So then we get GV, and then when you dhatu sanya sanadhyanta dhatavaha, and then we had ajivayat. In fact, okay, I did. If you can look at the post December 3rd, 2011 post, we had the form adushayata. See, all these have been covered all in daily examples. So here, if you look at December 3rd. On the right, you have a calendar here, so you can go to all the previous posts. And here on December 3rd, we had the form adushayata. Similarly, once you get GV, you can get the form in the same steps. We can derive this form. So adushayata, you just add lang lakaraha, anubandha lopaha, then tipta ji, itascha, pratyaya we get, anubandha lopaha, and then itascha. Then pratyaya shap, kartri shap. I'm sorry, I'm going a little bit fast because this is a daily. If you want to do some homework, you can look at this example, December 3rd. So just like dushi becomes adushayata, so jivi become ajivayata. It's the same steps. Then you get the guna adesha, sarvadhatakaradaka yoho, echoyava yavaha, then ajivayat, and adagamaha, lung rung shurdataha. Get the adagamaha, then adindotakitao. So nothing special, ajivayat. So please follow daily examples. That's the backbone of all these classes, because of course people don't have time to attend the class many, but most people look at the daily examples. So please try to follow them as much as you can, and it will make it understanding better, because the class is only for so much time. Daily examples are all there. So ajivayat lang lakaraha. Okay, so let's form our basic sentence now. Basic sentence is trijata, who's the hetu, sitam ajivayat, and samid upasargaha. And then there is a clause, there is an adjective to trijata. See, now we start building the remaining parts of the sentence. We got the basic sentence. So the building first thing is that shamsanti trijata, kathayanti, means who was narrating, who was telling, who was describing, shamsanti. So shamsanti is a present participle, vartamani krudantaha, krudanta rupam, and then it means, and then this shams has just taken this kind of a clause as an object, maya iti shamsanti. Now when you get an iti always, iti is an end quote. So you see what is in the quote, how much is in the quote. The single word maya is in quotation here, maya iti shamsanti. So natu satyam idam, iyam maya iti shamsanti. Inside the iti is a sentence, is a full sentence. So maya iti, so iyam maya vartate, idam na satyam iti shamsanti. So even though it only says maya, you can say vartate. So she said to Sita, this is maya, this is a trick, this is only a trick, this is not real, So maya iti shamsanti. Okay, shamsanti bruana, dhatu bru, taken the pratyaya shana chair, bruana. So shamsanti bruana means telling, one who is narrating, one is telling her that. Now he makes a comment, shapshanor nityam. This sutram we have seen in the daily examples, shapshanor nityam. Now any sutram which Mulinatha gives, we should try to understand what he's saying. In fact, this sutram we have already seen in the daily examples, shapshanor nityam. Let's look at this form, shamsanti is iti nityam numa agamaha. So what is he talking? He's talking about agama num. It is coming in the form shamsanti. So what is shapshanor nityam? As in that class, if that was I think last year's class, these 4 rules are very, very confusing. They are favorite exam questions. In fact, I made a mistake myself in one of the classes. I think it was last year or year before last. So they are very confusing rules. So I can these ones from 178 to 81. 178. So nabhyasta chatuhu and va napumsakasya achiradyornam and shapshanor nityam. Right now we need this one, shapshanor nityam. But let's look at these 4 rules, because they all share the num. in that. Now, first thing you want to split these four into 78, 79 separately. Because 78, 79 are talking about the num agamaha, which is already coming from ugidacham savarnamasthane dhatoho. So 78, 79 should be taken and grouped back with this previous section. While now, because look at what happens here. Panini again says num in 7180. In fact, we had a discussion with Shankarji of, I think, a couple of years back about this, why this num is repeated in 7180. So numiti anuvartamane api punar num iti uchyate kasmat. Because why does Pani say num again, even though num was already coming anuvritti from idito num dhatoho from back here? So from num is coming from down here, because this is vihitasya nishedha, and this is apraptasya. This is praptisya nishedha. Means num agama was already prescribed by 7170, and this is now being stopped by this one, and this is vikalpena nishedha, next one. While this num for 8081 apraptasya vidhanam, num was not coming previously, it is now being prescribed. So 8081 are prescribing num, while 78, 79 are stopping or optionally stopping num, which is already coming from the prior rules. So these four rules are very confusing. 71, 78, 79, 80, 81. The first thing you want to do is remove 78, 79 away from 80, 81. 80, 81 are prescribing a num agamaha, which was not available from other rules. While 78, 79 are stopping or optionally stopping num agama, which is already coming from the prior rules. Okay, we look at 80, 81. Now what does 80, 81 says? At shi nadyoho num. The shi nadyoho. The she is the napumsakalinge prathama dvitiya dvivachanam. So we get so this, when we remember all this pratyadesha. Remind me of my teacher all the time. He used to always tell me pratyadesha means go to 7.1. So here we have jashashi aungapa napumsakacha. So napumsakacha, when we have the au gets the au and out get the shia, that's the she referring to in this sutram achi nadyo num. Right now we don't have napumsakalinge prathama dvitiya dvivachanam. And then nadyoho. Now nadi is what he's talking about, is this three pratyaya ikaraha nadyoho. That's what he means nadi. So he says that, so when you have a akara, and this is talking about num agam for the shatru pratyaya. Anuvritti of shatu who comes from down here. So this is all, they are all talking about shatru pratyaya. Shatru pratyaya, when followed by this three pratyaya, e, this was formed by nadi, but this nip in this case, because when shatru is there, you get ugitascha, nip, is because shatru is an ugit, rukara is an it, so therefore he gets the pratyaya nip by ugitascha. As you mentioned many times in the class, you cannot use anything in the feminine unless it's checked out by the adhikara of striyam. And ugitascha says that, because when you have a ugit antam pradipadikam, so the pratyaya at the end is ugit, then you get the pratyaya nip. So shatru will take the pratyaya nip in the feminine. That's what is referred to as nadi in 7180, achi nadyor num. So the angam for the shatru should be avarnantam angam. But then what happens is that, but the anuvritti of va is shared by 6, 71, 79, 80. So this is how these four rules are interconnecting, yet they are separate. That's why they're difficult. Because I mentioned 71, 78, 79 are talking about doing a nishedha or option vikalpana nishedha for a num which is already coming. But this va is a connecting link between 79 and 80. 79 and 80 are sharing the va. And they all say shatuhu. So shatu is being shared by them, and va is being shared by 79 and 78. Yet, and they're all talking about num agama only, but yet 78, 79 are separate from 80, 81, because we just talked about that. So this is sutram. Optionally, you get the num agama. If you have a avarnantam angam followed by a shatru, and shatru is followed by either the pratyaya shi, napumsakalinge dvitiya atva prathama dvivachanam, or this nadi, which is this three pratyaya nip. But next sutram, so if you have a word like ya, become yanti or yati in in the feminine. So you have two forms because ya is avaranantamangam. So we add shatra pratyaya to that, become yati or yanti. So nari yanti. So woman who's going. But next one says shap shanor nityam. If the angam there is ending in the pratyaya shap or shan, then there's a nityam numagamaha. So prior sutram one more time, achidam say if you have avarnantamangam, then this shatru takes the num agama optionally when nadi follows, means the pratyaya. This says if that angam is of this ending in shap or shan, then nityam numagamaha. Right now what do we have? We have this dhatu shams. So dhatu shams is from the bhvadiganaha. Shamsustutau. In the steps we add the pratyaya vartamani lat, and 3 to 124 says lata shatrishana chava prathama samadhikarane. Lata shatrishana chava prathama samadhikarane. So shatra shanach can replace the lat and come a replacement for lat. But prathama samadhikarane. Lata shatrishana chava prathama samadhikarane. So now, but right now we do have prathama samadhikarane. That's another problem over here, is that we do have shamsanti is prathama ekvachanam. Sutram se lata shatrishana chava prathama samadhikarane. So now how can we use prathama samadhikarane? Sutram says prathama samadhikarane. But it's also we've seen in prior classes that anuvritti of lat was coming out from prior sutram. Vartamane lat. Then why does Pani say again lataha? Anuvritti could have been used. Because again Pani say lataha. Shatrishana chava prathama samadhikarane. So this is latiti vartamane. Punar lat grahanam atideshartham. Means kvachit prathama samadhikarane api. So this means that this is an excuse to use these forms even in the prathama samadhi. In fact, in Bhagavad Gita, we have this nice shloka which we have used a few times, which is Paschan Shundvan Sprishan Jigran Nashtan Gachan Sapanshvasan. So that is all prathama samadhikarane. All prathama samadhikarane. So when you chant the shloka of the Gita, Paschan chapter 5, Paschan Shundvan Sprishan Jigran Nashtan Gachan Sapanshvasan. These are all ending in Shatru Pratyaya. All prathama pullinga prathama ekvachanam. So then at that time, think of the sutram 3 to 124 with the vyakhyanam. Lataha shatrishana chava prathama samadhikarane. But this is prathama samadhikarane. Because lat iti vartamane punar lat grahanam atideshartham. Kvachit prathama samadhikarane api. So they can use prathama samadhikarane api. So that is the vyakhyanam on 3. If you want to do some homework, 3 to 124. So bottom line is that 3 to 124 can also be used for prathama samadhikarane, depending on shishta prayoga always. So now we have laf parasme padam, tangana atmane padam. So this shanach should be atmane padam, shatril parasme padam. This dhatu is parasme padi dhatu. So then we take shatru pratyaha. And then we get shaps, because of course kartari shap comes in there. And now we are situation anubandha lope, shams a at. By lashakvatadite halantyam upadeshajanu nasikayit. Now we get pura paryoho eka adesha ato gune. So ato gune. When akara followed by a letter which is gunasanya. So followed by a apadanta akara. Followed by a o. So that is, adeng gunaha, right? So a and o. Then pura paryo eka adesha. Pararupam ekadesha. So we ekadesha. Now when we want to make it feminine, we get this sutram ugitascha. We just talked about that because shatra is an ugit, rukara is an it, takes the ni pratyaya. When that happens now, anubandha lope, nashakutadita halantyam. Now this sutram is antadivaccha. Antadivaccha says that in this pura paryoho ekah pura paryoho adhikaraha. When you do this ekadesha, because what happened here, we use the sutram 6197 here. Between these two akaras, we made an ekadesha. Now, antadivaccha says that this ekadesha can be considered as the ending member of the prior or as the beginning member of the latter. Antadivaccha. In fact, in yesterday we saw the pratyaya vati. right? Vati. So anta adivachya means that antavad vartate, adivachya vartate. It is like the ending member of the prior or the beginning member of the latter. Why do we need that sutram right now? We want to get an angam for the shatru pratyaya, which ends in the avarnaha. Because we are going to use 7181. 7181. And Anurvrutti from prior sutram is achinadyornum. So the angam for the shatru pratyaya should be now ending in the pratyaya shab. Once you do the puraparyoha ekadeshaha, then this is absorbed into one single letter akaraha now. But what we need to that, so basically what it means is that when we do this puraparyoha ekadeshaha, we can consider the ekadesha as the ending member of the prior or the beginning member of the latter, which means that any operations which are available, considering this ekadesha as the ending member of the prior or at the beginning member of the latter, will become applicable. So one more time, when you do puraparyoha ekadesha, look at the sutra number 6185, antadivachya. So that applies to the adhikara of eka puraparyoho. So 6185, it belongs to the adhikara of eka puraparyoho. So this ekadesha which is done in this section, which is eka puraparyoho, which we just use the sutram, we use the sutram atogune just now. This ekadesha will be anta adivat, which means that it can be considered as the anta avayavaha of the purvasya, atva adiravayavaha uttarasya. So now we have what we had. We had this shamsa at. So when we do puraparyoha ekadesha, we can take it as shamsa ta or shams ata. Understand that? So this puraparyoha ekadesha which we just did, we can look at it as antadivachya. Take antavat, it becomes shamsa ta. If we take adivat, it becomes shams at. So now we're going to take it as antavat. We'll make it shamsa ta, because we need to have a shatru pratyasya avayavaha having the angam ending in shap. So we consider this as shamsa ta. Now we can apply 781. Let's look at the vritti of 781 for a second. 781. Before we apply any sutram, try to look at the vritti. If there's any doubt, any question, any clarification, look at the vritti of sutram. Let's look at 7181. 7181, what it says is that 7181 says that okay, so it's shapshanor nityam. It says that shapshanor nityam shapshanor shapshan ityetayoho shatuho. So she nadyoho parataha nityam numagamo bhavati. So shapshanor nityam. So that says that, you know, when this when you have this pratyaya shatru pratyaya, but you know this is the it should be the shap or shan preceding that. So now after the puraparyoha ekadesha, then we did this antadivachya. We can say shap. We can say shams ta, and then the pratyaya nip. So now we can use the sutram shapshanor nityam. Let me read the vritti also from the Siddhanta Kaumudi. The Siddhanta Kaumudi might be slightly different over here. Shapshanor nityam. What he says is that shapshanor at. So following the avarna belonging to shap portion. Shapshanor at. Paraha yaha shatruho avayavaha tadantasya nityam num shinadyoho. Do it one more time. Shapshanor is shashti divachanam, connecting with at. So it should be the avarna belonging to shap portion. Following that, you should have an avayavaha of shatru pratyaya. So shapshanor at paraha yaha shatur avayavaha. So what do we have right now? We have the time when you apply sutram, should check the vritti and apply step by step, make sure that all the conditions are satisfied in the example. So it says that, let's look at one more time. Shapshanor avarnat. At means avarnat. So we do have the avarna over here, which is the avarna akara of shap. Then shapshanor at paraha yaha shatur avayavaha. This is avayava shatru pratyayaha. Tadantasya. Then following tadantasya nityam num shinadyoho. So it says that Shatra Vayavasya Tadantasya. So Shapsanor At Paraha Yaha Shatra Vayavaha Tadantasya Nityam Num Shinadyoho. So when you have Shap or Shan, then avarna of that, following with Shatra Pratyaha, then such an angam is there, takes a num agamaha. So now the num comes with, because so we have an angam in which there is avarna of akara of shap followed by an avayavaha of shatru, and so now we can take the num agamaha by shap shano nityam. Of course then we get vidachontyat paraha and anubandha lopaha, so we get shamsanti. So anyway, if you want to do some homework, look at 7178 through 81. The final rule is shap shano nityam. If you have the avarnaha of shap or shan, following that you means of course akaraha. If you have that in avayavaha of shatru, which is the takaraha, if you such an angam if you have followed by the pratya, shinadyoho, then that angam takes a numagamaha shamsanti. That's what Mulinatha gives the sutram as Shapshano nityam iti nityam numagama. There's only one form shamsanti. That's qualifying Trijata. So far what do you have? Trijata, who was telling Sita, this is Maya, this is a trick, this is not real. She revived Sita. And of course, Atha is an avyayam. Atha means tadanantaram, then, now or then. Atha means like then. In English just say then. And we have one big adjective for Sita. Rama Shirash Cheda Darshana Udbhranta Chetana. Again, we can collapse it right now. What is the main compound here? Udbhranta Chetana. Udbhranta Chetana Yasyaha Sa. So one whose mind is kind of spinning. One who's, so this Chetana in this case is taken is that Udbhranta Chetana, it says Gata Sanya. So Gata Sanya is unconscious. She has fainted, swooned. So one whose senses, she was off her senses. So Udbhranta Chetana Yasyaha Sa. The Vyakhyanam is that he doesn't give the Vigraha Vakyam, it is Spashtam Vigraha Vakyam. Again, look at the Nishthantam Padam, the Pura Padam. We just had it here. With Avidya Parighaha, Nishpishta Mudgaraha, then Rugna Matangajaha. Same thing here. Udbhranta Chetana. So Udbhranta means is Gata, Chetana Sanya. So he's commenting Udbhranta as Gata and Sanya, Chetana as Sanya. Means you are basically means unconscious. Unconscious is one whose senses, one whose mind was kind of off base. She was off her senses. So means that Gata Sanya. That's the basic compound. If you don't understand all of this, at least you got the basic compound. She was Sita who had lost her senses. So Gata Sanya. Now in this, just some details over here, Udbhranta Chetanam is that we get the Pumvad Bhavaha. Because Bhranta is qualifying Chetana. Chetana is a feminine term. It's an adjective qualifying feminine term in a Bahuvari compound. It's Pumvad Bhavaha. Now again, we don't have time in the class right now, but if you can please revise this Sutram 6334, I think we spent a full class on that Sutram. I remember this Sutram. We spent a full class on this Sutram. So it's all recorded in the Wednesday class. Basically, Striyaha Pumvad, Bhashita Pumskadanung, Samadhikarane, Striyam Purani Priyadishu, which means that Striyaha Pumvat, this feminine adjective gets Pumvat Bhava, it becomes masculine like, which means Sthir Pratyaya is lost basically. So Udbhranta, Udbhranta. Comes in Gita, Sita Pradnyasya Kaha Bhasha, Sita Pradnya Yasya Saha. Then so Pumvat Bhava, when it happen, Bhashita Pumskad. Then basically it's an adjective which can be used in the masculine in the same meaning. So Bhashita Pumska means it is so this Bhranta can be used of course in the masculine in the same meaning. And then Samadhikarane, so it should be Udbhranta Chetana Yasya Hasa. So that Udbhranta and Chetana Samadhikarane. Then Striyam. So this following term should be feminine, of course. The Chetana is feminine term. Then Apurani Priyadishu, which is some exclusions. So 6334, Udbhranta becomes Udbhranta. At the end also what happens is Chetana. This Chetana, it first will get Rasva Adesha by Gostriyo Rupasarjanasya. Then on top of that you put the top. Interesting thing, but Chetana ends in the top pratyaya. Because of this, if you want to go one step back, is that if you, this word chetana is formed is adding a pratyaya. Because see, if you want to form any feminine noun, you have to look at this section of Striyam from 3394, and there we have to find a sutram. If you want to do some homework, we had a sutram which says that the nyasa shranto yucha, any causative word, causative nianta, and of course asa shranta also takes a yuch pratyaya. Yuch means ana, yuranakau. Like a word like aradhana, prarthana, vicharana, all of these words, vijñapana. So these all is na. It's really ana. Ana is coming at the end. And then on top of that you put the pratyaya top, because ajadyata, stop, become chetana. But when you form the Bahuvari compound, because this is the gosthir upasajanasya, by 1 to 48, you'll take a rasva adesha, 1 to 48. So you'll first get the form udbhranta chetana. So if you had somebody masculine, he'll be udbhranta chetana. But now because qualifying Sita, you now put a new pratyaya top on top. So one more time, chetana ends in top, but takes a rasva adesha in the Bahuvari samasa. Now because of gosthir upasajanasya, because if you have the word go, Striyo means if you have Sripatyanta Shabda at the end, often you should have Upasajana Sanya. Because in Bahuvari compound, every term is Upasajana Sanya. You take a Rasva Adesha. So you get Udbhranta Chetana. And now it's qualifying Sita, so you put the top again on top. Because it's now qualifying Sita. But if it's qualifying somebody else, masculine, you put Udbhranta Chetana. But now you have to put Udbhranta Chetana again. So first you had Chetana. Then you made Rasva Adesha by 1 to 48, and now again put top by 414, Brahma Chetana. So if you want to take some homework, practice 6334, Pumvad Bhavaha, 1 to 48 for the Rasva Adesha, goes to your Upasajanasya, and then finally Ajadyata stop. Okay, so that is Udbhranta Chetana. And then we can take these. So then Darshanena Udbhranta Chetana. So Darshanena, we can now tack on Darshanena. And then we can also take that Chedasya Darshanena. So this is a simple Shashti Samasaha. So Chedaha is Khandaha. Khandaha is a piece. By the sight of that piece or that part. So one who had so Chedasya Che Darshanena Udbhranta. She become Udbhranta on account of the sight. Darshanena. And sight of what? Chedasya Khandasya. Then what was that Khandaha? The Shiraha. So Shiraha, in the meanwhile, we can collapse this on Ramasya Shiraha. Rama Shiraha. This is a Sant Sakaranda Pada, like Manas. Shiraha, Shirasi, Shiramsi. So we can first collapse this part here. So Ramasya Shiraha, Rama Shiraha. Then Shiraha Eva Chedaha. So it is not, so the Shiraha, the head is the part. It's Karmadharya compound. What we call in English, we call the metaphor. Metaphor. Like we talk about, we give in the class all the time. It says Jnanamrutam or Ajnana Shrinkhala. So Jnanam Eva Amrutam. So Jnanam is the Amrutam. So these are all by the Sutram Visheshanam Visheshana Bahulam. So it's Bahulam. So this is even metaphors can form Karmadharya compounds. So Ajnana Shrinkhala, Ajnanam Eva Shrinkhala. Ignorance is the bondage. So it is Shiraha Eva Chedaha. So the head is the part. The head is the piece. So far what do you have? Ramasya Shiraha. Rama's head. Rama's head was the part or the piece. Looking at which, at the sight of which, Sita's senses were lost. So it is Ramasya Shiraha eva chedaha tasya darshanena udbhranta chetana yasyaha sa. This Mulyanatha says. He says atha anantaram. Atha means then. Anantaram means immediately following that. Anantaram. So then it says chidyati iti chedaha khandaha. If you recall in the Wednesday class when we did all these details about forming masculine nouns, we looked at this section called bhave and akriticha karike sanyaya. So that time we talked about his pratyaya ghai and his apavadas. They don't only form abstract nouns, they can also form these in any karakaha except the kartari. So when you say chedaha, that dhatu chid and ad pratyaya ghai, of course we get pugant lagupatasya cha, but it doesn't have to be chid, doesn't have chid is to cut. So cheda doesn't only mean cutting or the act of cutting. It can mean that which is cut, that by which you cut, that in which you cut, that from which you cut. So depending, but it has to be a noun now. It has to have a sanya. So it has to be akarti chakarake sanyayam. So if you want to do some homework again, see we cannot spend, firstly because time is limited, we cannot spend a class on this sutra, but we already done that in the Wednesday class. So we have to be able to understand that what is he saying by chidyate iti chedaha. What he's saying is that he's using this sutra, akartari, this karmani, chidyate iti chedaha, that which is cut is the part of the piece. So that which is cut, this karmani ghai. So this is chidyate iti chedaha. So if you want to take from homework, take 3.3.19, akartari chakarake sanyayam. But cheda cannot be the one who cuts. It cannot be akartari. It can be that which is cut, that by which you cut, that from which you cut, that in which you cut, but it cannot be the one who cuts. It has to be sanyayam. So now cheda is standing for khandaha. It becomes a noun. It is a noun. So cheda is khandaha. So that which is cut. So it doesn't mean the cutting of his head, but it means the piece which is the head. You understand? So it is, you can say, so it is not, Vigrahavakyam is not Rama Shirasa Chedaha, cutting of the head. No. It is a piece which is Sri Rama's head. So that's why, in fact, that's why he says, Chidyate iti chedaha equals khandaha. Is a piece. So that which is cut out, which is cut apart, that's a piece. Then Shiraha eva chedaha iti vigraha. So he makes sure that you understand the Vigrahavakyam is Shiraha eva chedaha. So the head is the part. Head is the piece which was cut out. The piece which was cut out is the head. So Shiraha eva cheda iti vigraha. This was a difficult part in this compound, was this Shirah chedaha. Shirah cheda normally means cutting of the head. Okay. Generally when we say Shirah chedaha means basically beheading. Beheading is Shirah chedaha. But here does not mean that. That's the difficult part. Because in the language, if you normally say Shirah chedaha means beheading. But it is not the abstract noun by 3.3.18 bhave. It is karmani ghai by 3.3.19. Akarti chakarake sanyayam. That's why he makes you understand chidyate iti chedaha equals khandaha 3.3.19, and then shiraha eva chedaha iti karmadharayaha vigraha. Then he says Rama shiras, no commentary straight for Ramasya shiraha. Rama shiras chedasya darshanam. And then darshanena. So Rama shiras chedasya. Now once you account for these samasas, first we can collapse Rama shira into shiraha. Then we can collapse shiras cheda into chedaha, because both are karmadhara compound. In fact, Rama shira is shashti compound. Then shiras cheda is karmadhara, also tatpurusha compound. Karmadhara is subset of tatpurusha, don't forget that. So we are only cheda now. Then chedasya darshanam. Chedasya darshanam means you can forget about cheda now. Then darshanena bhranta. So now you can forget darshanam also. So you understand how this works. It's because you have a string of tatpurushas behind this. So darshanena bhranta. Udbhranta. And then you have chedasya darshanam. Then you have shiraha eva chedaha. And ramasya shiraha. So all these are karmadhara compounds, tagging one on the other. It's like a big train, So now you can forget about all of them and just take Bhranta Chetana. So now we complete the story over here by saying Rama Shiras Chedasya. He puts a comment in there. Vidyajivakya Rakshasa Maya Nirmitasya. So this was a piece, means Rama's head was the piece, which was Maya Nirmitam. It was produced by this magic or a trick. Now, whose trick was it? Rakshasasya. So Rakshasa Maya Nirmitam. So Rakshasasya Maya, Rakshasasya Maya taya nirmitam. And then says that nirmitaha I should say, it is chedaha. And then who was his Rakshasaha? Vidyujjivvakhya. So Vidyujjivva Akhya Yasya Saha. By name Vidyujjivva. Vidyujjiva itself is a Bahuri compound. So Vidyud Sadrisha, I can say Jivva Yasya Saha. So he had a tongue like lightning. These amazing names they have anyway. So Vidyujjiva. So he had a tongue which looked like a strike of lightning. So Vidyujjiva will be his name. Again, it will be Jivha, will become Jivha by 1-248, goes to Rupasajanasya. So Vidyujjiva is a Rakshasaha. Vidyujjivvakhya means Vidyujjiva Akhya Yasya Saha. So by name, so Rakshasa by name Vidyujjiva. Then Tasya Maya Taya Nirmitaha Khandaha. So this was a piece which was produced by the trick or this magic of the Rakshasa by name Vidyujjiva. So it's completing the story. This Ramayana, this comes in Ramayana with Yuddha Kandam. It comes there. So this was because in Ravana wanted to somehow get Sita to submit to him. So he asked Vidyujjiva to use his magic to produce a false head of Rama, to show it to Sita so she will finally, say, since Rama is dead anyway. Anyway, that was Ravana's hope, that she will do that, she will accept him. So Vidyujjivvakhya Rakshasa Nirmitasya, Maya Nirmitasya, Darshanena, Udbhranta Chetanam, Gata Sanyam, Gata Sanya, same form, Sita Tijata Nama, Kachit, Sita Pakshapatini Rakshasi. So Sitayaha Pakshaha. Tasmin Patati, iti Sita Pakshapatini. So one who was taking sides with Sita. So she was on Sita's side. Pakshapatin means that when you fall on that side. So falling on Sita's side. Pakshapatin, so Sitayaha Pakshaha. Sita's cause, Sita's side. Then Patin, so Sitayaha Pakshe Patati. Tachila. This is the sutram which I used many times, is the Supya Jato Ninistachilye, the Pratyaya Nini. Pad becomes Patya because by Atopadhaya. So Pakshapatin, and by Rinnebhyo Nip by 416 becomes Patini. So if you want to take some homework, Supya Jato Ninistachilye, so you get Sita ya Paksha, so Paksha plus Ni. Any sup can be there. So Pakshe Patati Tachila. So Paksha plus Ni plus Pat plus Nini. Anubandalopaha and then Atopadhayaha. And in the feminine you add this Rinnebhyo at the Pratyaya Ni Pakshpatini. I'm sorry, 415 Rinnebhyo 415. So Rinnebhyo ending Nakaraha, you may like Yogini, Swamini, Sampatini. So she was so Kachit Rashtrasi, she was Namo, so Namna, by name. Tijata, this is also Bahuri compound. So Tisro, Jataha Yasyaha Sa. She had 3 tufts of hair. So Tisraha, Jataha Yasyaha Sa. So she was some Rakshasi by that name who was taking sides with Sita. And then she says, Maya Kalpitam na tu etat satyam. Iti shamsanti bruvana. So she was telling Sita, idam maya nirmitam, maya kalpitam, natu satyam, natvetat satyam. She told Sita, this is not real, this is only a trick. So she was telling Sita, so this Tijata, who was Sita Pakshapatini, maya nirmitam idam natu satyam iti shamsanti, Sita samajivayata. So she revived Sita. So and then Bruvana, the same sutram, if you want to take some homework again, 3-1 Shatru and Shanach is brewing, this dhatu is Ubhayapadi, because let us Shatru Shanach Pratama Samadhi Karane. So this thing is used, Pratyaya Shanach has been used, get the Uvanga Desha, and of course this Shap, because Adipurutubhya Shapaha, Shapluk. So it become Bruvana, and finally of Nattam by Atkupanyam Vaya P. So nothing you can take for homework, dhatu brew at the Pratyaya Shanach by 3-120. First of all, at Lat becomes Shana by 3-124. Then Shap comes, then Shapluk takes place, Adipurutubhya Shapaha. And then you get the Uvanga Adesha, becomes Bruvana. And then we all talked about this one, Shapshano Nityam, numagamaha. So let's look at the document here. I'm trying to just pick and choose my spots for teaching Vyakaranam. Discussing Vyakaranam. So Trisro Jataha Yasya Satri Jata, we talked about Bhuvri compound. And this again here also, the Jata will become Jata. Then again put add on top. Top on top. So Gosti Rupasajanasya and then Ajad Jatashta. Because if you had somebody, a man with 3 Jataha, he would be 3 Jataha. The female with 3 Jata. We found the Bahuri compound, Rasvadesha by 1 to 48, and since it's qualified the Rakshasi, you add top and top. So don't forget these 2 steps, because they seem to negate themselves, but they are not the same. One does the Rasvadesha, one puts the Sri Pratyaya top again on top. So then Udbhranta Chetana Yasya Hasa, again the same thing, the Pumvad Bhav you talked about, then Gostyo Rupasajanasya, and then top again. And then Bhranta. This is Shira Eva Cheda metaphor compound, we talked about that by the Visheshana Bahulam. The Bhrant, this is Anuji section, Brahmu Chalane Atha Brahmu Anavasthane. What happens is that Brahma plus Kta, this will be, this is Kartari, Kartari I should say. So one whose mind is, and is one whose senses are spinning, kind of one's off their senses. So we say that. So you add the pratyakta in the bhuti adhikaraha, and then kaktavato nishtha. And normally it is the yorever krityakta kadartaha 3-4-70, but this is kartari because brahmati vache may manas means to whirl around. So this is akarmaka dhatu. So akarmaka dhatu means that it will not be, it will be kartari arthe by 3-4-72. 3-4-72 is gatyartha akarmaka, like suptaha, sthitaha, etc. These are called kartari. So because they are akarmaka, they will not be take a karma. So bhrantaha, so add the pratyakta. Now lashakvatadite, and then because this is a udit, udito vasya, that is a idagama is optional when the pratyaktva follows. And then 7-15 says that if a dhatu allows a id agama optionally in any situation, then that dhatu will not allow an id agama for nishtha pratyaya. So one more time. If a dhatu allows id agama optionally anywhere for some other pratyaya, then when that dhatu takes a nishtha pratyaya, it will not allow id agama. We've seen in the class many times. Uditova, any dhatu which udit, like shamu becomes shantaha. In fact, we just in the last verse we also had that become krantaha. So kranta, same thing. Kramu becomes kranta. So these are all these dhatu like that which ugit. So in nishedha by yasya vibhashaha. In nishedha. And then anunasikasya kvijjaloha kiniti. So this is Anuji's section of Upada Dirgha. Good to have it in the class. So 6-4-15 is the section which says if you have anunasikasya, nasal ending angam, kvi jaloha kiniti, pratyaya kvi following, which is quip, quin, etc., or a jaladi kitn pratyaya. That now we have a jaladi pratyaya, which is takaradi, so kit pratyaya. So we get the Upada Dirgha, anunasikasya kvi jaloha kiniti. If you want to do some homework, 6-4-15. And of course that we get Nashcha Padantasya Jali, Anuswasi Parasavaranaha. We get Parasavarana Bhranta. Okay. So let us look at this shloka. Again, sorry for the interruption today, but let's look at this shloka now. You there, Wayne? Are you there? You can look at this shloka. Nagaraji also is here. Thank you for being there. If you're there, Wayne, you can translate. Okay.
Yes, sir, sure.
Then, what is then?
Atha
Anantaram. Immediately after that, Trijata is Trijata. Restored, revived.
Samajivayat.
Sita is Sitam. Restored to life is Samajivayat. Okay.
Understood.
Who had lost her senses?
Udbhranta
Chetana. At the sight. Darshana Udbhranta, correct? Of the decapitation.
I always think of somehow in my head it comes up with darshanat as opposed to darshanena.
No, because in fact, let's look at that for one quick section. Because this one quick second, we just talked about this pratyaya, which is kta pratyaya. We just talked about it, right? And that pratyaya kta is by this sutram Tayoreva Krityakta Kalarthaha. Right? They're used in the passive. So or so darshanen udbhranta. So darshanen on so this, because Kritikaranayo Tritiya, right? Kritikaranayo Tritiya. So if he says that in fact Kritikaranayo Tritiya, so this is the in fact I should correct myself, because we just said that this is akarmaka dhatu bhrantah, but on account of that, or by means of that, right? On account of that. So sutram here is, this is the, in fact, you're right. You know what? You're right.
If you ask me to do Vigraha Vakyam for this samasa, I would have automatically said Darshanat Udbhranta.
No, the problem there is that, you see what has happening is this Kartrukarana Sthitiya. So it's not Kartru, it's not Karana. It's really the Hetu, isn't it? Hetu. Due to which. Okay. Now, Hetu Sutram Heta is there. Titya can be used. But Panchami can also be used by the next Sutram. Panchami can also. You can use Hetu Tritiya. Atha Panchami also is available. But when you want to form a compound, really, the Sutram that gives us the easiest license is this one, which says that in 2.1 section, it says the Kattukarne Krita Bahulam. So you can use a Titiya Samasaha in the Kattukarane. So in the Katra Karana Vachaka. So in the Karana Katra can compound with the Krudanta Padam. So Bhrant Krudanta Padam. Bahulam. Now Panchami is more restricted. Panchami Bhayena. Then only with these, Apeta, Apodha, and so on, all these extras. In that we don't have Bhranta.
I see.
So it's just a little bit more difficult to justify Panchami Samasa, because you have to do Yoga Vibhaga.
Okay.
Or so. I think this one is more, is easier to form. But yeah, in Heto Artha, you're right. Heto, you could have used Panchami or, this one also.
Yeah,
so,
because that was the cause of her losing her consciousness.
But it's a cause. But even in the cause, to be honest with you, that this Titiya is more straightforward, because this Panchami has some conditions again here.
Okay.
So Panchami has some difficult conditions for use the Karaka itself. I mean, to use Panchami itself. After that, to form Samasa, another problem. So it is. So even though you're right, Hetu Panchami also can be used, but I think as a Samasa, normally Titiya.
And also Bhayena is there, right?
No, Bhayena with the word Bhaya.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Bhaya, Bhita. Vartikam
Oh,
is
okay.
Bhaya, Bhita, etc. But not that one. And the thing is that, see, also in Tatpurusha compound, it's not that important in what Tatpurusha is. I mean, it is, the meaning is, which is, whirling on account of side.
It's kind of clear.
So,
the meaning is clear, yeah.
Even if you use Panchama Tritiya, it will not make that big a difference in the meaning.
Correct.
And Tritiya is more straightforward to Tritiya. That's the bottom line. Tritiya is more straightforward.
Yeah, that Bahulam just made it easy, yes.
But Bahulam Anurti also comes in the next one also. Bahulam Anurti can be taken down. So don't leave the Bahulam. Bahulam can be taken, Anurti can be taken down. Okay. But at least it's not in the same sutram. That's what I'm saying. So Tritiya is more straightforward. That Bahulam, correct, but that Bahulam can be maybe taken down as need be into so, but that is a bit of it becomes more of a stretch. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So, okay. So, at the site in Darshanena, of the decapitation,
Cheda.
So Chedasya Darshana, Shashti Tatpurush, of Shashti, of Rama. So he has combined these now. Shirashchedaha. Dika Shirashchedaha. So now wait a minute. If you look at this translation, it looks almost like the act of decap, doesn't it? At the beheading of Rama, doesn't it?
Yeah, not decapitated.
Yeah, so he has taken, so that is normal Shirachcheda is that. Is the act of beheading. Action. Bhave. So he has not really taken the commentary here, because Shira says Shira Evach. In fact, if you look at the Ramayanam, Sita never saw the act of decap. She only saw the head. She was not seen. I mean, of course, she didn't see Rama being decap. I mean, it's obvious. Right. But she only saw the head. So this, I would say, at the site of the
decapitated
piece, decapitated head. I would say, maybe something like that, or the piece of the head piece, something like that, So this almost looks like bhave, which is this looks like the act of decapitation.
Yeah, we have to say this translation is a little incorrect.
It doesn't, it's not following this, and it's not from the Ramayana Katha also.
All right.
Unless he means decapitation is the Shirachcheda somehow. So in English, I guess decapitation could be the head piece. I don't know, but it's not actually, it's not clear about that.
I guess literally you can translate Shirachcheda as decapitation.
Correct, but not in this context.
Correct, right.
Not in this context. That's the main thing which Munatha makes the point. It is not decapitation.
Right.
Anyway, he's taking like that. Because she didn't see Rama being decapitated. She only saw the head. So,
Right.
okay, of Rama is of course Ramas.
Rama, right.
So by telling is
Selling Shamsanti.
Shamsanti, her is Tam Sitam. That is the iti.
That is iti.
Iti. It was a mere delusion.
Mere delusion. Maya.
So Maya vartate iti, natu satyam. A fraud practiced by Vidyajjiva. Okay, that's from the story in the commentary.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, time is out. I apologize for that. But let us at least introduce the next shloka and we'll take for some homeworks. Kamam jivati me nath iti. Again, one more iti coming. Sa vijahau sucham. Prangmatva satyam asyantam jivita smiti lajjita. Okay. Kaman jivati me nath iti sa vijahau shucham. Prangmatva satyam asyantam jivita smiti lajjita. What about the Cheda for us, Ben?
Kamam.
Kamam is an avyam. Kamam is an avyam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kamam jivati me
Jivati me. No, nathaha. Nathaha.
Natha.
One thing you should always train yourself is if you see an vowel which is not come out of the pair, always stop. Always stop. I mean, it could be a sandhi, visandhi dosha, sandhi not being done. But most of the time it's going to be lopa shakalasya. So this is, it could be nathe iti. We have to be careful now. Because jivati could have been saptami ekvachanam of jivat pratipadikam. In fact, jivati me nathe could have meant while my Lord is living. So you have to be careful now, because it could have been jivati me nathe in different context. It is not here. It's not here. It is nataha jivati. This is jivati is tingantam padam. But you know what? If it was any time is running out, but if this was a sati saptami, on my Lord living, while my Lord is living, then this incomplete clause here. See, the iti is cuts off the quotation, right? So jivati me natha is in the quotation. Maybe kamam. Kamam is actually not in the quotation. The kamam is an adverb to vijahau. But if you take jivati and nathe as saptami, then that is sati saptami means you have a second action, like comes in Gita, right? Pravritti shastra sampate dhanurudhyamya pandavaha. Pravritti shastra sampate dhanurudhyamya pandavaha. So pravritti shastra sampate. So when the weapons started to fall, then Arjuna asked Shri Krishna. So when this happened, then that happened. But we are inside the iti quotation right now. This is a full sentence. Then if we make it jivati me nathe, which is possible by Padacheda is possible. Jivati me nathe. But then what? There's only one clause in there. There's nothing after that. So even though sandhi wise, jivati me nathe was a possibility. But then this sentence will have nothing to hang on. It just have one, while my Lord lives, so what? There's nothing there. So in this case, natha is a padacheda. So me natha jivati. Iti is avyam. Sa Vijahau. But this Vijahau, we all had this. Let me use, because time is running out now. So to give you some homework here, we had this Vijahau, exact Vijahau, Jahau on January 12th post. So please do for homework. So we can go through this. All the steps are here. This Oha Tyaga is Dhatu.
Wow.
The exact same word we had in the daily post on January 12th. If you need to practice for homework. So next time we'll just, so lit lakaraha, ata aunalaha. Then abhyasa karyam kuhoshchuho. So for homework, please take it. Jahau means she gave up. So vijahau lit lakara. That's the tingantam padam here. Okay, shucham is shucham. That's actually a dvitiya ekvachanam was stilinga pratipadikam shuch. It's a stilinga pratipadikam chakara pratipadikam. It's ending in chakaraha. So shucham is actually dvitiya ekvachanam of pratipadikam shuch. Shuch and shokaha. of the same dhatu shuch, but this is a feminine pratipadikam, chakaranta pratipadikam. Means sa sita shucham vijaho. She gave up her grief, realizing that menatha jivati. Now kamam means that may it be so, but this kamam, but then parantu, tathapi, something like that. So this kamam is connecting with, should have, that one you have to supply that. In this shloka, that one is missing. That kamam, if you look at apte, I'm sorry, time is out, I know that. This kamam is used idiomatically. Okay, so what, but. See, that may be so, but. That is the kamam. Kamam has a variety of meanings. One of them is like this. Okay, fine. But still, something else is there. So this kamam, look at this in apte, look at this, granted. Okay, I maybe admitted. That's true, no doubt. Generally followed by tu or tathapi. But yet, kamam evam bhavati. Tathapi. But still there is, okay, fine, this is the case, but still, this is still there. So that is the kamam, and in this case, this is an idiomatic usage. So granted that this is so. So granted that she gave up her grief, realizing that iti is the iti matva, that my menatha ramaha jivati. But now prak avyam means purvam. Matva, having thought. Matva means samankrtika purva kale. 3421. Samankarta is Sita. Matva satyam asya antam. So before I thought that his end was real, that his demise was real when I saw the head. So before prak asya ramasya antam means maranam satyam matva api jivita asmiti lajjita. Jivita asmi iti lajjita. So look at a lot of nice itis in this verse. So iti, second iti. This iti is lajjita, iti lajjita. She was embarrassed. Why was she embarrassed? Because before Tijata told her, she thought Rama was really dead, and still she lived. How did she live when her Lord has passed away? So she should have given up her life. Is what she means. Is that is prak asya ramasya antam satyam matva jivita asmiti lajita. So the kamam says that, okay, granted that she was able to give up her grief when she realized that Rama was living, but that still doesn't negate the fact that before, when she was thought that it was real, that time she still lived. So she was embarrassed by that. She was embarrassed by the fact that her husband is dead and she's still living.
That she lost her consciousness was not good enough.
That's lajjita. Look at, okay, I'm sorry, time. Look at the last comment here. Dukkadapi dussaha lajja bharaha iti bhavaha. So more than the pain, the embarrassment is difficult to put up with. So dussaha lajja bharaha. That embarrassment was too much for her. That when she thought Rama was dead before for real, satyamiti matva, tathapi jivita asmi. Still I was living. So she was ashamed by that. But of course now she was without her grief, but she was still ashamed of the fact that she lived at that time when she thought it was real. So next time we'll do all of this. This comment is straightforward. Shucham is shokam and all of this. Last couple of homeworks here for homework. Okay, homework. Kamam is an avyam. Look at apte for a meaning. Jaho is a post on January 12th, and Jivita is the same Nishtantam Pratipadikam in Bhute. Then take this homework from the Lajjita, from the same O Lashji Dhatu become Lajjita. In fact, let's take this as homework, okay? Lajjita, and then we'll look at this one. In fact, don't look at this. I think I may have a mistake. We'll do it next time. Because see, it becomes, this may not be the right dhatu. Okay, we'll look at it next time. Okay, so just don't ignore this for time being. Look at it next time. Okay, when you want to translation for us, we can, since you're leaving next week, let's try. Let's see a translation. We'll stop with that.
Yes.
Let's start with translation. Okay, she sa gave up
Vijaho.
her grief.
Shucham.
That's her understood, Shucham.
Yeah.
With the thought is iti.
Iti.
With the thought that iti matva, you supply matva is understood. Iti can always, you can supply matva with that. So this is supplied. That is iti. Her
Lord, Menatha.
Menatha, inside the iti. So my Lord, inside the iti, was certainly.
Oh, so certainly is common here?
Yes, it is true. It's probably certainly. Certainly, I guess. It could be, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
so, but
in
see, look
Akhya
at,
dictionary, kamam has an unbelievable number of meanings.
yes,
Wow.
kamam could be at will, as you please, as you please.
Yeah.
Yathecham, as you please, you know. Let's see what Mulinatha has done over here. Where does he put kamam? So no, he says kamam vijaho.
Yeah,
No.
Kamam, he doesn't give a...
No, he says no. He puts kamam before vijaho. It's an adverb to vijaho though. Kamam vijaho. Look at the placement of kamam in the padan in the padanvayaha. In the padanvayaha, he put kamam before vijaho. So it is not kamam jivati. See, he has put kamam before he rearranged that words. See, jivati is back here. And kamam vijaho is the commentary. Is padanvayaha.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have to take it. No. So granted that, So this is again not. I'm surprised actually. I'm just surprised that now his commentary follows this. This translation follows the commentary. So I think, yeah, you're right. He's taking kamam jivati, certainly alive. Yeah, looks like it. Anyway, he puts the but. That's kintu. Kintu. That kintu only comes from the kamam really. So because that's the idiomatic combination. So anyway, but from the commentary in kintu, she felt ashamed.
Lajjita
babhuva. That is again the iti.
Iti.
She was
alive, I guess. Jivita.
Alive. She was still living in Jivita asmi. Even after she had the thought. Is that? I think matva. Even after thinking. And that api is not there, I think api.
So pra or prak?
Prak is before.
Right. So here I'm not sure how you place it in the translation.
So translation is that she was ashamed that before having known that he was really dead, I still lived. So that was the before Tijata told her. That's the prak. So
actually we could say, although before she had thought of rather than even after.
Yeah, so this is that. You see that she says that. So okay, granted that she gave up her grief after realizing that she's alive, but she was still embarrassed by the fact that before, when she knew or having known his death was real, she still lived. She lived. Here the before is not coming for some reason.
Yeah, this even after, unfortunately, after and before are opposite.
Yeah, I think he's converting the. No, that is matva. Even after is matva.
Matva is thought of, right?
Having thought.
Right.
That is the after. I think she has not translated the before in this, if you ask me.
Oh, the after.
Yeah, I think after she thought is matva.
Okay, so he's just saying even.
That even is that there should be some before here. This before is not here.
Yeah, that doesn't come through here.
The before is not coming through in the translation a little bit. This after is not. This after is the matva.
Yeah.
Anyway, his death is asya antam. And to be true is satyam. That is all there. That before is not coming through. He has put the even. That even is not really before. But anyway, okay. Time is up. And as we say, you will be on next Tuesday class. Have a good trip. So, Panthanaha Shivaha Santu.
So, thank you. I'll miss this class.
So, Ramo Rajamani Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham.